Some women do not realize how much of their identity has quietly wrapped itself around what hurt them. Not because they wanted that, but because pain, especially long pain, has a way of becoming familiar. You stop saying, "I went through something hard," and slowly start living like, "This is who I am now," the abandoned one, the exhausted one, the one who was let down, the one who had to survive, the one who keeps rebuilding, the one who carries more than people know. And if that is where you are right now, this message is for you. Because while your pain may be part of your story, it was never meant to become the whole definition of you. You are more than the season that broke you, more than the chapter that wounded you, more than the name pain gave you, more than the version of yourself that was shaped in survival. And stay with me until the end, because if this message speaks to your heart, I want to guide you to the next step in this healing journey. How to become the woman you're becoming. Pain does not just hurt. Sometimes it introduces itself so often that it starts feeling like home. You begin to recognize yourself through what you lost, through what disappointed you, through what drained you, through what changed you. And without meaning to, you begin to build your inner language around the wound. You become the one who struggles, the one who carries, the one who got hurt, the one who had to be strong too early, the one who is still healing. And yes, those things may all be true, but they are not all you are. That is what pain can distort. It can make one hard season feel like your permanent name. It can make one breaking point feel like your final form. But beloved, you were never meant to become so identified with the wound that you forget there is still a whole woman beneath it. A woman with tenderness, with wisdom, with beauty, with gifts, with desires, with life still unfolding. Healing is not pretending the pain did not happen. It is remembering that the pain did not become all of you. There are versions of you that got you through. The guarded version, the hyper-aware version, the always-ready version, the over-functioning version, the emotionally careful version. Honor her. She helped you survive. She carried you through days that asked too much. She held herself together when life was not gentle. She kept moving when stopping did not feel safe. Do not shame the version of you that had to survive. But also do not mistake survival for your final identity. Because some women keep living from the version of themselves that was built for emergency, even when healing is trying to lead them somewhere softer. That survival self may have been necessary, but she is not the whole future. And she is not the only version of you God is forming. There is also the healed you, the honest you, the peaceful you, the steady you, the woman who no longer lives only from what hurt her. That woman matters too. And part of gentle rebuilding is learning how to thank the version of you that survived without staying trapped inside the identity she had to wear. This is where healing becomes sacred. You can honor what broke you without bowing to it forever. You can tell the truth about what it cost you without letting it keep naming you. You can say, yes, that hurt me. Yes, that changed me. Yes, that stretched me. Yes, that left a mark. And still say, but that is not all I am. That is strength. Not the kind that denies pain, the kind that refuses to let pain become identity. Because pain will try to tell you, this is who you are now. But healing replies, this is something I lived through, not the full truth of who I am. That shift matters. It changes how you move, how you speak to yourself, how you imagine your future, how you receive joy, how you let yourself become. Because when pain stops being the main lens through which you see yourself, space opens. Space for new identity, new hope, new softness, new trust, new becoming. That is part of what healing does. It does not erase the scar, but it stops asking the scar to tell the entire story. Some women are still relating to themselves through the worst thing they went through. Every inner sentence starts there. Because I was hurt, because I was left, because I was disappointed, because I had to survive, because life got hard. And yes, those are true chapters, but they do not have to be the opening line of every identity statement forever. At some point, healing begins asking, what else is true about me now? What is still alive in me? What has God kept in me? What beauty survived in me? What wisdom has grown in me? What tenderness remains? What strength matured? What hope is quietly returning? These questions matter because rebuilding is not only about recovering from pain, it is also about reintroducing yourself to possibility. That is why identity work is part of healing. You are not only the woman who endured, you are also the woman who learned, the woman who discerned, the woman who is awakening, the woman who is becoming, and she deserves more than a life story that only keeps circling the wound. This is one of the deepest truths. I want this message to live in your heart. God is still forming a self in you that pain did not create. Pain may have shaped some things, but it did not author your whole identity. God did. And He is still writing, still restoring, still uncovering, still calling forth parts of you that pain tried to make silent. Your gentleness, your clarity, your courage, your creativity, your capacity for love, your voice, your peace, your wholeness. There is a version of you that is not built only around what went wrong. There is a version of you that knows herself beyond the wound. And maybe this is the season where God is inviting you to meet her, not by rushing, not by pretending, not by skipping grief, but by slowly loosening the identity ties between you and the season that broke you, because what broke you was real. But it is not the final truth of who you are becoming. Before we close, let your heart sit with this for a moment. Where have you been defining yourself through what hurt you? What old pain still gets to narrate how you see yourself? What part of you have you forgotten because survival took up so much space? And what would it feel like to believe that you are still more than the season that broke you? Let that sit, because maybe healing is not only about moving on from pain. Maybe it is also about meeting yourself again beyond it. And this is where the next part of healing begins. Because once you realize you are more than the season that broke you, another question rises. Who is the woman I am becoming now? And that is the next part of this journey. If this message is speaking to your heart today, say this quietly with me. I am more than the season that broke me. I am more than what hurt me. I am more than the name pain tried to give me. I honor what I have lived through, but I do not bow to it forever. My pain is part of my story, but it is not the whole truth of me. God is still forming something beautiful in me. I am becoming with honesty, strength, and grace. If this message found you today, let this be your reminder. What hurt you was real. What it cost you was real. What it changed in you was real. But it is not all you are. You are not only the woman who broke. You are also the woman who is being rebuilt. You are not only the woman who survived. You are also the woman who is becoming. You are not only the chapter that hurt. You are also the story that is still being written, that is gentle rebuilding. Not denying the pain, but refusing to let pain be the only thing that gets to name you. If this message spoke to your heart, write this in the comments. I am more than what hurt me. And when this video ends, watch next. How to become the woman you're becoming. Because once you stop letting pain be your full identity, the next part of healing is learning how to meet the woman who is still unfolding. Subscribe to Dream Life Diaries and continue this gentle rebuilding journey with us. You are not only what broke. Your pain may be part of your story, but it was never meant to become your name.